What? What do you have in your hand?
I'm going to talk when we get there.
Okay, we'll get there.
I know what it is, and I think we should just.
Why do you say that?
Okay, let's start with this. Tom Brady's the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life. He's the GOAT. You say what?
He's not the GOAT.
He's the...
That's why I bought you a T-shirt.
Oh, jeez.
All right, here we go.
He's the LOAT. Can you see it?
Yeah.
What is
As in what?
The luckiest of all time. And that doesn't mean that he's not a great quarterback. That doesn't mean. You know, when I talk about this, people think I'm saying he's a bum or he can't play. Of course he can play, and of course he's been great. But he's also been very lucky. This is greatness on a shoestring. He's 2 plays away from losing 4 straight Super Bowls. Nobody ever thinks about that. And when I say he's the luckiest, Colin, the Tuck rule that led to his first Super Bowl, right? That fumble, Raiders, that game's over. They never get to the Super Bowl. They never win the Patriots.
That's true.
Okay?
True.
Seattle, 1st and goal at the 1, and you have beast mode right there to run the ball in and win that Super Bowl. What happens? They throw an interception in the end zone.
Yeah, but if Jermaine Kearse doesn't make that ridiculous catch, the game's over anyway.
I got you, but at that situation, I'm just saying that play call is a bad call right there. You got to run that ball in when you have a runner like they had in beast mode. And then in this game, you're 1st and 10 at the 22. You run the ball 3 times. Quinn and Shanahan, are you kidding me, really? That is the worst coaching job I've ever seen. If I'm Arthur Blank, they could be fired today. That's a fireable offense, Colin.
Well, Shanahan's leaving town anyway. You can't fire Dan Quinn on that.
Why not? You mean to tell me that you would allow in that game where you're up big, 28-3?
Yeah.
Right? And you run the ball 4 times in the second half. There are plays at the end of the game where there's still 20 seconds left on the play clock and you're running a play?
But it
makes no sense.
But Atlanta's been an aggressive team all year, and suddenly you want them limping down the field, handing it off?
It's not about limping. It's about understanding, managing the clock, taking time off the clock when you have a lead, and you were already in field goal range. You cannot take a sack. You can't do it.
You're looking at Brady from one point of view. Let me make the argument, if not for the luckiest catch by a pedestrian player, David Tyree, he's 6 of 7 in Super Bowls. And then Mario Manningham makes a catch, again, a largely...
That was not a lucky catch. That's a great catch.
Well, I'm not saying, but what Tom Brady did last night, taking advantage situationally of breaks, was remarkably gifted quarterbacking.
There's no doubt about it, and I'm not taking that away from him, but let's be honest. If it's anybody other than Tom Brady who's winning the 5th and people want to call him the GOAT, anybody else, the storyline today would be the biggest choke in the history of sports. That's what we witnessed.
I don't like choke.
It was a choke job, Colin. A straight-up choke job. There's no way you lose that game. If you're anybody else, I just can't even imagine what I was watching.
Okay, isn't Joe Montana lucky that he got Jerry Rice at a Mississippi Valley State?
No, he's not lucky from the standpoint that he won with and without Jerry Rice. I don't care what anybody says. When you look at Joe Montana's resume, 4-0, 11 touchdowns, no picks, 3 MVPs, and he doesn't have a tainted past like Tom Brady. People can poo-poo it, discount it. He was suspended for cheating, and then he's from an organization. Why you say, oh, God, it's true.
Because,
that Spygate, did that not help Tom Brady that you know the defensive signals?
I think we've reached a point with Tom. We're beyond saying this one thing proves. I'm a believer that if you're successful in any industry, a veterinary, a landscaper, if you're successful for over a decade, even if listen, Ivan Boesky may have cheated. But to get to his status, Madoff may have been a lunatic. But he ran Dow Jones. To get to his spot in life takes remarkable skill. And so for every good break, I mean, Tom Brady faced Jermaine Kearse catch, David Tyree catch. I mean, he's done it with a conveyor belt, a revolving door of unremarkable talent.
But when you say that, I think everybody always tries to discount those guys who are playing in the NFL. They have uniforms.
Well,
they weren't selling soda in the stands at the first half. So when I hear that, I get it. Well, people always try to give Tom Brady the extra credit because maybe guys that you don't know are bigger, stronger, faster, whatever. But in this case, I always believe Tom Brady should be on Derek Jeter's level. Derek Jeter won 5 championships. He's unblemished. He's done everything right. He's unblemished. Tom Brady's not unblemished. Tom Brady has marks that, for the Patriot fans and the Tom Brady fans, they'll overlook them. But the larger group of NFL America, and I hear from a lot of people, I'm telling you, they will still not call Tom Brady the greatest because of those marks against him. That's not to say that he's not a great quarterback. There's a difference between is he a great quarterback and is he the greatest of all time. That's why I got the T-shirt and the load of all time, because he has had unbelievable lucky breaks, and he could easily have lost 4. And don't tell me people were watching the first 3 quarters saying, Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback no matter what.
No, listen.
No matter what. Now, had he lost that game and they scored 10 points or 9 points, you're going to tell me that people would make the case today that he's the greatest quarterback ever?